Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Padel Pulse podcast powered by TSH Padel. I told you, I said Chingalan are going to win, are going to lift P1 trophies, big trophies, and fight for the big titles against Coello and Tapia. And they did it in style, Ismaeel. Haroon, 6-love in the final set to come back from a set down and beat Coello and Tapia to win the Milano P1. That is the story of the week. There are so many other stories with the youngsters and upsets and some big drama, but nothing bigger, Ismaeel, nothing bigger than Chingotto and Galán taking down Coello and Tapia to win the Milano P1 and inch a step closer to fighting for year-end world number one. Give me your thoughts, my friend.
They're fighters. They're absolute fighters. This is a culmination of a long period of hard work, tenacity that's now coming together. The fruits of all their labor are coming together. This match looked like it was done and dusted after those first 20 minutes. They were 5-1 down and serving at 5-1 down, and they were break points down. I thought this match was going to be over in maybe under an hour. It was going to be another classic Coello Tapia 6-1, 6-2, something like that. They fought hard in that 5-1 game to hold serve at 5-2. And that might have been the game that decided the way this match played out, because they saved break points, saved set points to hold that 5-2. And he completely shifted the momentum. They came back. And then after that game, I was like, okay, maybe we have a match now, because it didn't look so competitive until that game. And then they went up 3-love. They got the break. They went up 3-love. And even then, honestly, I was not sure that this match was in the bag. Like, Coello Tapia, they fought hard. They had breakpoint chances also right away. Yeah, Chingalan, they held on. And just Chingotto was completely out of sorts, I felt, in that first set. And yet the body language from both of them and the camaraderie and the encouragement from Galán for Chingotto, like, they willed themselves back into this match. And that's the chemistry. That's the belief they have together in this project, which honestly now, after, calling for a Galán-Lebrón reunion for most of the year, this is amazing chemistry, an amazing partnership that they have. And they're able to bring the best out of each other, actually. Yeah. And that's what happened today, because this match was over. Honestly, it was really over. For them to come back and then take that second set in a dominant fashion and then be so clutch in the third. Like, I was like, okay, Tapia is definitely going to wake up and Coello is going to show his best. They bageled them in the last set. Yeah. That I did not see that coming at all.
The first time Coello and Tapia have ever lost a set 6-love. Ever.
Unbelievable.
They were 300-something matches together, and they've never lost 6-love.
They were so clutch. They went down break points in many games. Coello and Tapia had many chances to hold, yet they clawed. And they kept punching them in the mouth. Coello Tapia had no answers for them today. It was lights out. Chingotto was smashing today like an alpha. Unbelievable. Beautiful team effort paddle. Complementary paddle. I love everything I saw today. And welcome back, Chingotto and Galán, to the top of the game. Well deserved.
It's more than just clutch, Ismaeel. It's more than just clutch. It's not just clutch. It's dominance. It's dominance.
But Haroon, 1 second. How? I need to ask you the question, because I need to put you up on that stage. How does it feel to see Chingotto and Galán do this after you said blow this thing all the way up?
It feels great. It feels great, to be honest. It feels great because they weren't showing me anything different. They weren't showing any signs. They weren't showing anybody any signs of that they could compete. Not that they could compete. They were competing, and you guys were saying they were down mentally. I thought they were trying to fight and they were competing, and they were always there neck and neck. But I felt like they didn't have any spice. They didn't have any salsa. No sauce. There wasn't sauce. Today was all about sauce. There was so much sauce everywhere. They made Coello and Tapia, especially Coello, feel like they're underdogs. I was rooting for Coello and Tapia in the third set, like, hey guys, come on, win, don't lose.
Do
like
something.
That.
Do something. This is so sad. Do
like,
something.
Like we have our stickmen and TSH tennis, like the do something, like I guess poking him with a stick. Do something, please. I was feeling bad. I really felt bad for Coello and Tapia. I was like, oh my god, like it's like they can't win. They can't win a game. They couldn't win a game in that third set. What in the world was that? Coello was missing like crazy. Ay. He was missing like crazy. and Chingotto looked like prime Tapia as well at that third set. He's smashing from everywhere. Galán is smashing from everywhere. It's Claudio Lucenzo meatballs smashes firing from everywhere. And Coello and Tapia are like, they felt like they were playing scared. Like they're trying to not make a mistake, trying to win a point, and then Coelho's trying to go for too much. He was making too many mistakes. And by the way, they were on the verge of going down 2-love in that second set. So like you said, Ismaeel, it would have been night 6-2, 6-1, 6-2. But
you mean Galán and Chingotto?
Galán and Chingotto, they were on the verge of being down 2-love in that second set, verge of being broken, and it was almost gone. But then they found a way to just claw. By the way, Chingotto takes all of the foul, all of the pie. He takes the entire cake. Dude's a leader. He's the leader of that team, by the way. For the past few months, he's been the leader. Like, if you look at it, he was the one
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to go there,
he's the mature, strong pillar on that team. And you would see it, by the way, in the points. When sometimes the ball passes Galán, Chingotto's getting it all the way from the other side of the court, getting it on the, like he's Chingotto plays on the right side. He's going to get balls or all the way next to the net on the left side. That's not his ball. He's going to get Galán's balls. It's like he was trying to pick up everything. He was trying to push. One more ball. Come on, guy. Come on, Ali. Vamos. And that was just amazing. It feels so good to be wrong. It feels so good to be wrong because now it's nice, a breath of fresh air. Now you guys can have no choice but to say this is a big time rivalry, and it's not a one-sided thing. What do you think, Yousef?
Okay, so
it's a breath of fresh air. It is.
Boy, oh boy, is a breath of fresh air. And boy, oh boy, does it feel nice to be the one that picked them and believed in them. For the past few weeks, I've been seeing different things. I told you. Last week, I told you guys in that second set tiebreak, I saw something from Chingotto I haven't seen. I saw alpha energy in a cage filled with giants. And you know, this first set, he was like you said, Ismaeel, he was out of sorts completely, right? And Galán was the one leading the way, and he wanted to keep him in the match. Like, don't go, Chingo, don't go into a different, like, don't fall into that black hole for mentally it's not working. Today's not our day. He did not allow that to happen. And you know, I'm sitting and I'm watching that match and I'm like, Chingo, I'm watching right now. Are you going to show us that mental giant that you have shown you can be? And lo and behold, right when he needed to rise up to the occasion, that's exactly what he did. That was a great point you made, Ismaeel, about that last game to hold on and not lose 6-1. It made a difference. And then moving into that second set, they had the intensity. It was back up. And they held that first game. And I told you, remember when we were watching, I'm like, look at Coello and Tapia didn't take control. If they can put their foot on the gas now and break, everything can change in this match. And that's exactly what they did. And Chingotto turned into the Chingotto beast, Chingotto, in that second set and final set. And he transformed. And he played the level of Padel that you want him to play and that he's capable of playing. From that last game, second set, final set onwards, he was spectacular. And Galantico remained at his same peak level. He was amazing this match too. But Chingotto was the one who was struggling with obstacles from a mental standpoint, and he held on, and he was able to go toe-to-toe with Coello and outclass him from an IQ standpoint. He outclassed him, and he was able, in that first set, he got completely outclassed. But he was able to adjust. I told you about hitting the bandejas to the middle soft. Open up the gaps for yourself. And that's exactly what he did. And he was able to conquer. And then that salida, remember, at 4-1 out of the court. Insane momentum shifter. And then that the final point of the second set, the salida, also momentum shifter. And to me, those were tipping points that I was waiting to see. Is the Chingotto that I want to see gonna show up, and he showed up, and boy oh boy was it definitely an alpha energy from him in those 2 second sets. But this was an alpha match from him because he rose up to the occasion when Galantico was right there. So that's what I absolutely loved about Chingotto.
It was a heck of a match from him. I can't tell you how impressed I was with him today, especially the way he turned that around. And I want to praise, not only the mentality, which we talked about, but I just love the paddle he showed today. Because today, I think they realized, and Chingotto knew that he had to be a bit more aggressive. And in the last match too, they won. He was a little bit more aggressive too. He's more aggressive with his vibras. They're coming a little bit with more power. He's going at the body a lot more. He's even hitting, the ganchus from above. He's hitting them at the feet of Coello a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And he was smashing today. Yeah. He was smashing like kick smashes that come all the way back to his side today. And dare I say this is relatively new for Chingotto to do this frequently. I think this is something that they were trying to unlock. And the body language after he did it, Galán was like...
Yeah, how hyped was he?
Yeah, he was hyped. Like, I think...
Finally, bring it, Chingo, yes!
It felt like, yes, this is what we need. Like this, yes,
and you
finally.
have it with him.
Do it. Do it.
He's building that confidence with him. You have it. And to your point, Ismaeel, the numbers don't lie, do they? Because look at the winners this entire match. Ali Galán, 26 winners. Right behind him, Coello Tapia? Nope. Federico Chingotto with 17 winners this match. Then Tapia 13 and Coello also had 24. But Federico Chingotto had more winners this match than Agustín Tapia.
Also, Chingotto, not only from the bandejas and the vibras and the smashing, but today he controlled the net so well. Like the backhand volley, he was punishing Coello in the corner. He was punishing them down the middle, finding the middle space with the backhand volley, making it bounce at the glass, like so that they have to dig it from deep, and then setting up Galán for the smashes. There's so many assists set up by Chingotto today. The paddle IQ
9
that he
assists
showed
from Chingotto. 9. That's like Galán had 4, Tapia had 5, Coello had 2. He had 9.
It was brilliant, and he was controlling the court. Really,
and I think there were more, even because it's sometimes the ball before the ball, right?
Yeah. No, today was paddle genius from Chingotto, and it might be the best level I've ever seen him play. And
those two sets. What if you just take 6-2-6 love?
Yeah,
over Coello and Tapia.
Yeah, I think to get them 6-3-6 love, it must be their best love. Like really, it was amazing. It was amazing from Chingotto, and the credit goes to like, I just love the fact that they stuck it out. Yeah. Like I was calling for them to break up. We were calling for them to break up. We all said like our rivalry was 13-1.
Yeah.
Like at that point, like they hadn't beaten them ever in a year other than once. Like this is not something you can continue.
Yeah.
And now they've won 2 of the last 3.
To be fair, to me, I wasn't looking at the number. So the head-to-head to me wasn't the problem. It was how they were playing. That was the problem.
No, remember, we talked about this before, and Galán, they were losing 7-6, 7-6, 7-6, 7-5. And Galán, he was talking you have to be delusional in a way. Like, we're right there. And they grabbed onto that. And by the way, it worked. But, watching this match, we talked about how, like in Brussels, when the best way they played them was how they were attacking Tapia in the back and they were forcing him to show a defensive masterclass, right? And that was as close as they got. This match, they flipped the switch completely and they decided, we are going to attack the strong suit in your team, and that's Coello, and we're going to try to break him down. Like they did 2 tournaments ago. But this time it was even more impressive. And they kept attacking Coello and attacking Coello and attacking Coello. And both of them. And Chingotto was going to Coello. And also Galantico was going to Coello. And usually you stay away from him, right? But that wasn't the case this match. They kept going at him. Ismaeel, when we're watching this match, I asked you, when's the last time Tapia touched the ball?
Yeah, no, they were because Tapia was awake today.
He was there.
Here.
He was there.
Tapia was
Tapia was there, and it was
he was there all match.
You know how because it worked, by the way. They were able to break the strongest link. How many unforced errors do you think Coello had in this match?
He had a lot, man. It was wild, really, how many.
29, Haroon. 29 unforced errors from Arturo Coello.
And a lot of them felt like they were coming at the net,
and
like
he usually
volley
has that many winners every match.
And Arturo, we're talking about Arturo Coello. I don't think he had 29 errors, for example, like in the last 5-6 matches. He had it in one match.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
He was out of sorts. And but it wasn't like that. It was. I didn't feel like those unforced errors were completely unforced. A lot of them felt like forced. Like he was feeling pressure, and so the errors were coming today.
They pressured him so much. By the way, I rarely see players get frozen at this level. Like you play the game, right? You look for your gaps and you play the right paddle point. Doesn't matter who's on whose side, but. They did freeze Tapia and it worked. And by the way, if you go through the sets, the progression of the sets, like Coello in that first set, he had 7 winners, 7 unforced errors. Second set, 12 winners, 10 unforced errors. More winners, but more unforced errors. Final set, Ismaeel and Haroon, look what happened. 5 winners and 12 unforced errors. They kept coming at him until they cracked the code completely. And look at Tapia. Tapia in that first set. 8 winners, 5 unforced errors, which means, okay, it was more or less even. Second set, 2 winners from Agustín Tapia, one of the best players to ever live. 2 winners, 5 unforced errors. And in the final set, Haroon, 3 winners, 1 unforced error. That means that Agustín Tapia barely touched the ball in those last 2 sets. Yeah. Not like no errors and no winners. That says something. That is exactly proof that they switched it up and went at the strong link of Coello, and it worked to perfection.
It says a lot because especially since he's the rock, like he's the guy that keeps you like firm and keep you in the match. He's always the one that's we talked about sometimes he carries Tapia if Tapia's not there, and Tapia's the one that's a finisher. He's the closer, and if you don't have that Mr. Reliable all the time, then you become vulnerable to somebody like Chingalan, who can always come at you ball after ball after ball after ball. And guys, another point I just want to mention. So this is the second comeback that they've had where they came back from a set down to beat Coello and Tapia. And the last time they did that was in Mar del Plata in Argentina.
Mar del Plata, one of the best matches.
In Mar del Plata in Argentina in 2024 in May. So that was almost a year and a half ago. Kind of we're pushing a year and a half. Where they really did something spectacular like that.
Yeah. And that match, by the way, Tapia was actually sick. So, there was kind of an asterisk on that one. But this one, they looked just fine. There was nothing wrong with them.
It was dominance today.
But this was a big tournament. Like, in talking about, like, the numbers and the chase for year-end world number 1, Ismaeel, they needed this one badly.
Well, it looks like they're coming for it. They look like they really believe they can get it. And now with these 2 wins. Also, it's nice that this was a P1 because it would have been sad if this is a P2.
Exactly.
So this is a big jump for them.
They cut some distance, and also, like, the fact that they're 2-1 in the last 3 matches. Like, because if you want to look at it that way, like,
that's the way you look at it, in my opinion. This is it's a new rivalry.
Back. There's a 2-week break. Or maybe they're not going to take a big break because they're going to play the FIP in Lyon. And Coello Tapia have a longer break, but I guess it's the best time for them to get a break. And 3 weeks in a row, in these 3 intense weeks, it's Chingotto and Galán who come out as the best team in the world during these 3 weeks.
Yeah. Guys,
really spectacular.
By the way, there's something in that match, like in that third set, when Coello and Tapia were down, like double break, it was 3-love, and they were in a changeover. You saw when they Coello and Tapia were talking on the bench. It doesn't matter what we do. We need to win. We need to break now. We need to win this next game right now. You guys saw that energy they were bringing, and I was like, Tapia was walking like he was in an edit. Like he was walking, and the music. Like I imagined him walking like he's like, yeah, we're gonna break now. But they couldn't. Like I thought it was over then. I thought Tapia was gonna take over. But what a spectacular performance!
If I'm not mistaken, they had Love 40 in that game.
Yeah,
they did. They did. So
they had Love 40.
They were close.
They had triple break points
to get 1 break back, and
they couldn't convert 1.
Yeah, But point to be made, because I know we gave Chingotto so much praise, but how amazing was Galantico when it mattered most, with the smashing, with the execution of all his shots, this man, like when you watch him play, like first of all, is he the most beautiful player to watch on the paddle court? I would say, like, just the way he plays the game, he can make every shot in the paddle like textbook. And today, I'm like, time and time again, he was perfect. Those smashes, we didn't see Coello get to any of them.
When Galán sets his feet and he lines up, it's night. It's night. That ball is not coming. You're not going to get the chance for it. He's unbelievable when it comes to the smash, but he made me fall in love with paddle with his play style. He was my former favorite player before he broke up with Lebron. But he's amazing. He's amazing, and you know what? I'm starting to love this Chingalan team again.
Welcome. Join me. Haroon jumped the ship. Yeah. I got back on. I swam back as fast as I could and jumped back on this ship. And I'm telling you, the view is amazing. The view is amazing.
You know what?
Haroon, like, okay, we gave you some time for picking them. But I
didn't say I'm an OG. Like, if you actually listen to what I'm saying, I said I jumped off and I swam back as fast as I could, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm telling you, the view's awesome. Do you want to join?
Yeah, I haven't been on, and I was never on the bandwagon. I never.
You want me to throw you a lifeline and join?
Yeah, now I'm joining. I'm joining because I love watching Galán just in general, but now this team has won me over. Alongside the drum I'm seeing from Stupobron, that's another story.
God. Can't wait to get into that.
Like I was definitely all the way on LeBron's side, just rooting for him. But now he's making it very hard for me to keep supporting him. So
we're gonna get into that.
I'm Ausberger Dineno and Chingalan right now.
Guys,
those two teams.
Like the chemistry between Chingalan, it's amazing. Like how they celebrate after every point. And Chingalan, they seem like they're so happy and they love it. Like they're so close, they're so tight. Like Galán always holds him and like he grins his teeth like after they win about Chingo. Like the chemistry there is so strong. It's amazing.
I think from these top two guys, Coello and Tapia and Chingotto and Galán, role models as teammates.
Role models in every sense of the word.
Yeah,
in terms of support in the downtimes, sort of celebrating, in terms of being humble, in terms of giving credit, in terms of complementarity, in terms of coachable, listening skills, communication skills. They're all definitely role models to see.
Like when we talk, these are the 4 best players we have in the world in paddle. And they're the best 4 role models that you can have for the sport in general, and also for the younger generation. Always for the younger generation.
It's not close.
But you know, guys, it's very tough actually this match to pick the MVP. Chingotto was spectacular. The second and third set. Galantico, I think he was really mind blowing throughout the entire match. So, Ismaeel, I need to ask you, who was your MVP in this Milano P1?
Very hard. Very hard.
I know it's a tough one.
Because, Galán was perfect today.
Yeah.
He was really perfect. And for me, his leadership kept him in this match after a brutal first set. And he allowed Chingo to find his level.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? Yeah. Chingo found his best level ever today in the second and third set.
That's
so Chingotto is my MVP for this one. When you put Coello in the spin cycle like he did, when you force him into 29 errors next to Galán all match, and you bagel them, no, this is because Chingotto figured out Coello in the past couple matches. Chingotto's my MVP.
Haroon, do you agree?
I agree fully, 100%. Like he was, to me today, was the leader. He was the pillar of the team. He was the one that was carrying them a lot of the times. And he was the one that was opening up a lot of opportunities for Galán to flourish and become his best self and unlock an amazing level from Galán. So I think credit to Chingo. Credit to Chingo for picking up a lot of the scrap for them to come and have that win against the number ones, the best team in the world. Chingotto is my MVP, guys.
You know, guys, I'm a big lover of Federico Chingotto, El Raton. But I love the player that knows how to hold the fort. That's what I've loved about Coello. That's why I sing his praises as much as I can. And today, Alejandro Galán held the fort until Federico Chingotto showed up. And that was so important. The reason Chingotto was able to get back in this match is because Galán was in his ear the entire first set and a half. Come on. And he's cheering him, and so much positivity coming his way. And you can see Chingotto take it. Yeah. He was missing bandejas. He was missing volleys. He was missing so many things Chingotto doesn't miss. But Galántico stayed right there, and he rose up to the occasion whenever he needed to go and win critical points. So many smashes at critical points at love 30, at love 40, at so many different stages. So my MVP for this match is going to be Alejandro Galán, because I believe he held the fort for Chingotto to come side by side and rise with him.
Like, hard to disagree with any of that. And boy, is it a joy to see.
Yeah.
Boy, is it a joy to see.
Well, guys, we talked about the positive, the amazing, the inspirational stuff that we saw from Chingotto and Galán. But this tournament, we had some very, very, very spicy stuff. So it's time for spicy, no spicy segment. First off, we all saw this. Anyone who watches Padel saw this. Juan Lebrón, Stupa in that semifinal against Coello and Tapia. In that first set, Tapia goes for a kick smash, and Lebron's running to the net, takes a smash right to the face. And then, as anyone, I guess, in that moment, they reacted just pure emotion. He was angry. He smacked the racket once to the fence, smacked it again on the fence, and then went to the bench. Obviously, he needs to recover, probably to take a minute or two. And during his time of trying to recover, the umpire gave him a court violation.
The court violation came after he smacked the fence.
Yes, it came after he smacked the fence. When he went to the bench, he got the court violation. And then, obviously, Lebron went crazy, went up to the umpire and said some bad words that you should never say. I think we believe here you should never even use bad words. And he insulted the referee, and nothing else happened. Went back on the court. Doctor checked on him. Went back on court.
He got another court violation after he insulted the referee,
but
the umpire.
Led to nothing.
No, it led to penalty points.
Sure, yeah, but like led to nothing in general. And even actually, Tapia was like, he's actually
still nothing more
play.
severe, I guess.
This is
what you mean, Yousef. Nothing more severe.
Severe. Yeah, exactly. So Tapia was on that point. Tapia was absolutely astonished. He said he's actually going to still play, and well, they continued the match. They ended up losing, as we all saw, but. Ismaeel, Haroon, I'll come to you first, Haroon, because Stupa and Lebron, this is your team. These are the guys that you have been cheering since the very first day that they teamed up. So, spicy, no spicy, this moment, tell me your thoughts, man.
Extremely spicy moment. And it's extremely controversial because on one hand, you have the guys that are talking about, like, how would you expect somebody to react by getting hit in the face with an insane kick smash? Like
a Tapia smash, right?
A Tapia kick smash. And imagine it's called kick smash. Imagine a kick like it's somebody's kicking you in the face, but instead of that, it's like a 300 mile per hour fastball coming right at your face, and from one of the.
And he was close to the net, Haroon. He wasn't like far back. He was very close.
He was so close, and his face was super red for the next 15, 20 minutes or something. So it took a while for it to go away.
It's gonna bruise. Yeah.
Like it's something that definitely hurts. You'll be extremely frustrated. But the reaction to me, it didn't make sense. Like the sequence of events of LeBron's reaction did not make sense to me. I could empathize with his frustration as a whole, as a concept, but I couldn't really empathize with how he's making his decisions to react a certain way. Like, okay, like first of all, why would you want to get hit and then hit the fence? Like, what's the logic behind I want to hit the fence because I got hit in the face? Like, if I got hit in the face, like, I'm upset. Like, I want to take a few minutes to digest a bit, to rest from that shot that I got in the face, the absolute torpedo. I'm not angrier because after I got hit, I need to regain some energy after that. And because he hit the fence like that, you're not allowed to hit the fence, and you should definitely get a court violation. However, like, at the same time, like as a referee, you should empathize with him just getting hit in the face. So like don't just really, just go by the book so much. Like it's like, oh, going by this and this and this. It's like so much for the book. Even though if you look at it on the book, like he's not wrong, the umpire. So he didn't do anything wrong. And he was even trying to empathize more because when LeBron was getting even angrier and stuff and swearing and like he threw the not threw, but like he kind of pushed away the doctor away from his face. Like it's a tough situation. However, I do think that it's unacceptable the way he reacted. I couldn't really feel why he did what he did, the things he said, the him trying to hit the fence. And continuing the thing, like he unraveled to me. I understand if you want to scream, run around, do something that is non-lethal, that is not really, that is imposing on somebody else. Like stay in your own bubble and do whatever you want, but you're touching other people's lives here. So that's unacceptable to me.
Ismaeel, what were your thoughts?
I think like I don't have a problem necessarily with his reaction, like hitting the fence, like. So sometimes you have an emotional reaction and you might react that way. But I've never been hit in the face with a Tapia smash, so I can't relate to that feeling. Yeah. So I that's not my issue. My issue is not with that. It's just that the rule book says you can't do that. You took 2 swings, one at the fence, one at the glass. You're gonna get the court violation. Like that's the rules. Like that shouldn't be shocking to you. It's not news to you. Like even if I was in the umpire's shoes, like what you want him to wait. And while he's getting back on the court, you give him a court violation. Like that's the only thing you can critique the umpire for is he was too quick with the court violation. But I don't see any issue. Is he supposed to give Tapia a court violation? Like that was not intentional. I don't know what LeBron is thinking is supposed to happen. Like he ran in a very aggressive way forward. Tapia hit a smash naturally. Like, but LeBron, like this is really sad for him because from all accounts off court, we hear that he's a good person and a nice partner and like very friendly person. But on the court, he's so emotionally unhinged at times that he loses fans and he loses the support of the general public. Like, and that's sad for him. It's sad for him. People start booing him. People see this behavior and he gets judged by these viral moments during the matches. And I'm just sad for him because he's unable to control his emotions. And I feel like he's just been a steady downhill since he broke up with LeBron. Since the potential breakup with Galán happened, it's just been steady downhill with the emotional behavior getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm sorry, you're world number 1 for 4 years. You should know how to manage your emotions. I'm sorry, you're held to that standard. You are the king of the sport. You're held to the standard. And to insult the umpire is absolutely shameful. He 100% should have been forfeited.
He probably regrets it, by the way. He 100% regrets it.
I don't doubt that he regrets it. But this type of conduct shouldn't be allowed. And if he was forfeited for that match, it would have been 100% fair. Yeah. To be fair, to be honest, it would have been 100% fair if he was defaulted after that. Yeah. People have been defaulted for much, much less in tennis.
Yes. Okay.
On the frosty side.
So there are many. I'm on his side and stuff, and I'm not on his side and stuff. So just to be quick, I'm not the umpire. I think big mistake to call the court violation when he called it. You see the guy in like he is as angry as he's ever been probably, and you can wait.
But
like
you can't whack the glass, Yousef.
I understand you can't whack the glass, but he just took a smash to the face. Just wait. He went to the bench and he has the towel on his face. Just wait before you give that court violation. You can even go back and look at the video. LeBron was sitting down and he was calming down, and then he called court violation. Like you see him calming down. Wait for it. So that's my only critique of the umpire. That's how I see it. You saw it different way. I think that was a mistake from him. He provoked him in a way, and you know LeBron, so stay away from that. So
you should control it.
Fine, but I think he could have handled it in a better way, and it's a gray area, which is why you see it one way and I see it the other. The other thing is, in no way, shape, or form should you ever be swearing at anyone in any setting. So not a player, not an umpire, not anyone, not the stand, not anyone in like any fan. So you show the umpires and the referees the utmost respect. That's what we were taught ever since we grew up playing sports. And he did not show that. So that is unacceptable completely. I do not care if he gave you court violation while you're crying. You do not insult. You ask why and you do things, but that's not what you do. So that's completely unacceptable, and 1,000%. He should have been disqualified from that match, and 1,000% he deserves to be fined. You have to be fined. How can anyone know that this action is acceptable or unacceptable? You need to fine him. There needs to be a slap on the wrist. This was unacceptable behavior by him, and the FIP or the Premier Padel need to take a decision here, because you need to set a precedent for everyone moving forward. This is unacceptable. I understand him, but no, this is not how anything should be done, especially, like you said, Ismaeel, world number one, but emotionally, he's in a really bad place right now. Not happy. I'm a fan of him, but this was not it. This was not it.
I think it's just like he lets his emotions get the best of him. He lets it get the best of him, and he unravels, and it's not great, because we want to see his skills, his amazing paddle, his mentality on the court. We don't want to see these things where he lets the emotions get to him. Like, we don't want to see that, and that's not the best way he gets his paddle. Like, because the argument is, he needs to get angry because when he plays angry, he's better. No. I disagree. Like, I don't think that's the way to go. And I don't know. He needs really some help, because he's struggling.
Well, what? Yeah, he is struggling. Well, that guys, let us know what you thought of this. We're sure every one of you saw what happened and you have a thought. So please share with us. We'd love to hear from you, especially about this thing, because we're kind of not all on the same page, but we are. But a few things here and there that we don't agree on. But there's another spicy moment, guys, that happened this tournament, and I guess a less spicy one in terms of drama, but it has to do with the umpire again. And that comes in the CIB Leal, Lucas Bergamini match against Maxi Arce and Pablo Lijó, and it's a tight match. Final set, there's tight matches, 6-5 down.
4-5.
4-5, sorry, 4-5 down in the final set, and it's match point. Match point, Pablo Lijó, Maxi Arce, CIB Leal serving, and he serves, and we're going to put up the video, he serves a ball right on the tee. And if you look at the video, and we even slowed it down when he posted it on TSH Padel, the ball looks like it's clearly on the line. And Pablo Lijó goes for it, and he hits a forehand pure into the fence. Should go back to Deus. Not the case. The umpire says fault and no replay, because he's on a secondary court. So there's no replay. And obviously, CIB Leal and Lucas Bergamini are losing their minds that actually happened in such a critical moment. And guess what happens? Second serve, they have to play the point. Boom, boom, boom. They lost, I think, the volley into the net by Lucas, if I recall. Match over. Upset completed. Maxi Arce, Pablo Lijó into the quarterfinals. Lucas Bergamini and CIB Leal upset out of the tournament. Ismaeel, thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's sad, because this is an area that needs to be shored up ASAP. This idea of calls and line cons, they really need to put in the right technology real fast. Doesn't matter where they are, secondary courts, because it compromises the integrity of the game. I agree with you guys. I think it was in. I think that serve was in. 100%. And also, the call from the umpire was late. My issue with the call was it was after the ball hit the fence.
Hit the fence. They won the point.
Like, it's over. You can't call it that late. So that's my issue with that call.
Feels like maybe the umpire has some money on the game or something.
Yeah. Just as a side note also about that, like, Leal and Bergamini are going to need to grow from this moment, because you have to deal with the situation as is. I'm reminded of the match, if you remember, between Coello and Tapia and Lebron and Galán. You remember that was played in
Chile.
Vigo.
In Chile. And
one of the best.
One of the most iconic matches in the history of
mental
Padel.
Performances from them.
And they won that match in 2 sets.
They did.
And the ball was called out. They had to replay a match point.
No. Yeah, the ball was called out, but the score was changed, remember?
Yeah, they changed the score.
It was supposed to be 30-love. It was 15-all.
They changed the score. They ended up, they lost that set, and they ended up playing a final set. And you know what? Coello and Tapia won that match against prime Galán and Lebron.
Yeah.
And that was really the comeuppance, I think, of Coello and Tapia, when they proved they can do this type of thing. And Leal and Bergamini have to learn how to handle that moment and still find a way to win, you know, and not to get in their emotions too much. That's just a side, comment about that, because this is not going away. a lot of people on the tennis challengers tour, for example, talk about, I have to learn how to be very mentally tough because you don't have these technologies there. You don't have fair umpiring always, and you have to learn. And so this is a learning moment for them.
Yeah, but just a point to add to what what you said there. This was like, it was on match point. Like they didn't even, like Coello and Tapia in that match, they had won the match. They had chances to regroup. These guys had 5 seconds to regroup. So it's a bit it's a tight one. It's a very tight. But Haroon, your thoughts? Go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, it's that set up match point for them. So it's like. It's also not like a debatable call where they're like really hoping for something. They felt like that was what's fair. Like that's right. The ball is in. You're calling. It's a wrong call. It's not like something debatable. Maybe it's on the line. Maybe it's not. I saw this. So we're gonna debate and get lost in this debate. It's like, it's really tough. I can imagine it's so tough. Also, something I didn't love. But again, they didn't do anything wrong. Was Maxi Arce Lijó acting like they're not even in the court? Like they're just like, they call it. They call it. They're just strangers.
Pablo, to be fair though, Pablo Lijó, like we play paddle, and sometimes you can't see the line. It's your partner that can see the line. Maxi Arce, he decided to go with I can't see Jacko.
To be fair, they both can't see it clearly enough. Like you really have to be on the tee.
I guess.
Neither of them was on the tee.
Yeah. Maybe.
But actually,
it's like
Pablo
the ball
was the one who was supposed to.
It was on the line on the tee. So it was the line on the tee, and it's coming right in front of it, so you could see it. I would have wanted to see some more sportsmanship by Maxi Arce Lijó to say, "Hey, guy, that was in, and we want to win." Where it's so clear, there's no room for error or room for doubt there. But yeah, like obviously that it completely changed the whole momentum of the game. You could see it clearly that they were lost in afterwards as well. Like that mistake by
they were so shaken after that moment.
Yeah,
but where have you seen like this amazing sportsmanship
on match
other than from Coello Tapia? Like they're the ones really who hold the standard for sportsmanship. You remember how many times have Coello and Tapia replayed match points and
we saw from John Sands, remember
John
a
Sands,
few months ago.
And John
remember
and
in that against Coello and Tapia,
yeah.
What was it? Final set tiebreak or something?
Final set tiebreak. They gave them they replayed their potential match point.
That was from John there. But I have to say, Maxi Arce and Pablo Lijó, like they're taking this from all the way down. They've been playing qualies. Now they're finally playing main draws. So like they need every break they can get. I do not like it, at the end of the day. It's not like they cheated.
No.
The umpire's right there. You make the call. It's not on me. The same way I don't call in or out. It's the umpire that calls in or out. You call in or out.
Yeah, I don't.
I would like to if it was me. I'm not in their shoes with so much pressure, lots of money on the line, lots of points. But I'm like, we love to see point when there's sportsmanship.
Yeah, but if you don't see the ball, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, of course you can't.
And I don't
it's
think
on the umpire.
Maxi didn't see the ball.
Yeah.
Pablo Lijó, he's the one on the line. You could say maybe he saw it, but in the heat of the moment, you're not 100% sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, I don't fault them. I don't.
Well, we never know. We never know. But you felt like it was clear. You felt like they knew, but they didn't want to cause some drama. But anyways, we'll never know. The Schrodinger's cat, I guess.
Yeah, but this week, it's not nice to see, but it is nice sometimes to have these spicy moments because we get to talk about some different fun things. So thank you, Milano, for providing us with some weird stuff. That was our spicy segment. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments about these two really interesting and very controversial scenarios that happened in Milano.
And sometimes these are the moments where kings and legends are born, by the way.
Yeah. Well, speaking of legends, new legends that want to be born, new teams that join together. This year, we're moving on to the segment of new team updates and was it worth it? We had a lot of changes. Bergamini Leal, Guerrero Momo Gonzalez, Sans Paquito, like a lot of changes. But I want to ask you guys, Ismaeel, I'm going to come to you. Was it worth it? Like, was it worth it for these teams to change up?
At the moment, Haroon, it's... I would say for the most part, it's not really looking out like it was worth it. Like none of them have made a drastic improvement where they can compete with the top guys. Although, I think there's still the jury's still out for some of the, like it's hard in
We're only 2 tournaments in, right?
Like it's hard. Like I like some stuff I see, from Paquito and John. I like what I see from Momo and Fran Guerrero. Like And you know what, Valentino Libek and Jairo, I'm not doubting them yet. You know, they haven't had great results, but I think they look like a complementary team. So to be determined, Haroon. But I think it's too early for me to call. Nothing impressive has happened, indeed, but still too early to call.
You know, as much as we want to, like, we've seen them now for what, 3 tournaments now. Most of these new teams, 2 tournaments.
Two.
After the 2 tournaments, these new teams, and you know, like, but it's just 2 weeks. Like, can you imagine 2 weeks and you're like, okay, let's evaluate. We haven't had time to see, but the fact of the matter is, guys, that it's the best. The game is the best of the rest, right? Like, who's gonna make it to the quarterfinals? Who can potentially maybe break into the semis? But Chingotto and Galán and Coello and Tapia just have that top on lock. It's not even like there's no one out there that can break through. Lee Ausberger is probably one of them, and I guess Lebron, but at the moment I would say not even Lebron. So it's the best for the rest. Like, you can keep mixing up these teams as much as you want. I don't think there much change is going to happen. They're going to make the quarterfinals, all these guys, because they're elite. But the question is, can they make it to the semis? Can they break through and get a semifinal in there? That's the thing what they're going to be fighting for. Can I get a semi? Can I maybe get to a final because someone along the way, Chingotto, Galán, withdraw, Coello and Tapia, someone's injured. Other than that, like, okay, let's see. But at the moment, I say it's too early to say if it was worth it or not. But yeah, like that's the conversation, right? It's the top 4, and then, okay, the best of the rest. You can shift things around, but nothing really changes much.
Yeah, like, to me, I really don't know if it's actually worth it, because I don't know if it was worth it to do all of these changes. Maybe some guys would have been nice, like, but I don't think everybody needed to change. For example, somebody like, it depends on your goals, like Sanz and Mo. Was that really a big change that needed to happen?
No,
and Berga?
I love that team.
Yeah,
also love that team.
Yeah,
Paquito and Berga, Haroon, they made 2 finals together.
I know,
like they were a very, very successful team.
Yeah.
Why would you move on?
I don't.
But what did Jorge Martinez say, Ismaeel? What did Jorge Martinez say about these breakups?
Yeah, and they don't give any project a chance.
Also Leal and Guerrero. Why in the world did this team break up? Like, really, it's tough to say. It's tough to say. Like, I don't know if I'm really high on the changes right now. Maybe some guys that think that they want more upside. Maybe Paquito, you could argue that he wants less load on the court, more offensive help, but he's getting the same results in the end. So what difference does it make? But I guess
we'll see. I think it's early. I think it's early.
Yeah, let's wait.
Yeah. Let's see how it evolves.
Yeah.
But still, it's some fun conversations we get to have with these new teams. I always love seeing new teams, honestly, just for the sake of how's it going to play out. Yeah. On the other hand, guys, we have a lot of big winners in Milano. This was a fun tournament. There were a lot of cool stories that happened. Yeah. And I want to know your biggest winners in Milano. Yousef, did you have one?
Oh, man. You know, in the beginning of the year, we said one of these players, we can't wait to see what he does. And that was Paul Hernandez. And to me, on the other side, ever since he went up against Lebron in that cross-court battle in Brussels, I'm like, who is this kid? Guy Collado is a player. And they were able to show who they are and what they are capable of. These kids are coming. They're young, and they are coming for these top spots. They were able to take down Coqui Nieto and Mike Yanguas in a massive upset in the final set, you know, took them to the distance. And Coqui Nieto and Mike Yanguas, they've been playing some really good paddle. Even Yanguas said, I think a big break's coming for us. And Collado and Hernandez decided, like, that's not happening this tournament,
you're going to get a break, you're going to sit at home. That was a big break.
Yeah, that's not happening for you this week. Collado and Hernandez, look at these guys are coming, and these young guys, like, people forget, like, oh, who's gonna be able to break into the Coello and Tapia, Chingalan, all the top stuff. But you have some guys coming from the juniors. Collado and Hernandez are world champions as juniors. They are European champions. They are on top of the world when it comes to their age group, and they're coming into their bodies now, and they're going to be a problem. That win was really special. Eventually, they fall to Barahona and Garcia, who are a very solid team. They took advantage of the fact that the Javis, that they're coming off, you know, that spectacular win. So they probably have coming off a very high. But guys, Hernandez and Collado, I love their energy. I think they're coming. But to me specifically, I think Collado is going to be a star in this game. Mark my words. Next year, Guy Collado is going to be in the conversation for top 10 players.
Yeah, also
He's amazing.
Paul Hernandez as well. But both of them were amazing. Like, to me, I felt that they were really both polished. Like, maybe they could just add some more offensive, like improve the smash. We got it more, more consistent from the line. Yeah, like, but their volleys were great. Their bandeja, their bajada, everything they were doing, the exits, their anticipation. They were really polished players. To me, I felt like they were professional polished players. They just need to get more consistent and add some firepower with the smash, with the overheads. But amazing.
I mean, Paul Hernandez is 21. How old is Collado?
20.
These kids are young. They look good.
Yeah.
Collado's also a lefty that has some power.
No, Coello's not lefty.
Collado's not the lefty?
No. You're talking about Lamperti's partner?
Ah, sorry, I confused my
Pascual.
Lamperti. Yeah. No, but
Awesome
these kids, they're all 20, 21.
Yeah. By the way, all of them, Cardona, Paul Hernandez, Guy Collado, Pablo Cardona. These guys were together on the national team in Spain, and they were world champions. So they're coming, brother. They're coming.
They're coming fast.
Yes,
and I love to see that.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see? A next gen paddle tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes.
I would love to see that.
But then Coello and Tapia have to play, or Coello has to play. I think Coello has to play, right?
And Ausberger and Liebeck.
Ausberger and Liebeck have to play.
Imagine. That would be wild.
Any other biggest winners?
Yeah. Haroon, what about you?
Yeah, so my biggest winner is these guys have been grinding, like Yousef said. Maxi Arce and Pablo Lijó. Maxi Arce and Pablo Lijó, they beat two seeded players. So they start off by beating a qualifying team in a final set battle. But they went on to beat Jose Diesto and Victor Ruiz convincingly in straights. And then they went to beat Lucas Bergamini and Milano Leal, which is also a team that I was high on with the controversy that I had in the end. But still, they came up with a level to beat these guys. And you have to you tip your hats off to them. This is a great paddle. Maxi Arce looked like he's settling fine on the Premier Paddle Tour, coming from A1, which is when he showed us his debut with Stupa. That was some great level that he looked that he was riding that wave and showing that he can be like that consistently. Pablo Lijó, it's nice to see that he has his flashes of emergence, of showing some great paddle here and there, and it's great to see. So they're my biggest winners. They deserve it. It was great paddle from them. They fell short to Chingalan, but yeah, everybody's gonna fall short to Chingalan. It's the eventual champion. So what can you say? What can you say? Well, yeah.
Arce and Lijó, they've been showing so much positive signs ever since they teamed up with each other and coming from qualies and now in the main draws. Like I said, this is a really, really good team. And Haroon, you like to say upset potential. This is these guys are the standard of upset potential.
Yeah.
They really
and
are.
I hope they continue to stick together till the end of the season, because they might continue to give us some really nice runs.
Yeah, and they also might get a call from someone if they continue looking this good.
Maxi Arce, who's gonna call you?
Yeah, so let's see how that plays out.
What about you,
Ismaeel, how about
Who
you?
do you have?
Guys, all-time legend of the sport. I always love watching him play, and it's always just a joy. It reminds me of how much one should love sport. Lamperti, come on, and his partner Juan Ignacio de Pascual. What an amazing tournament from both of them. I love also these combos of, legend with young gun coming together, getting a masterclass.
That's his trademark.
Lamperti,
Coello,
it's trademark. Trademark.
If you pass by Lamperti, if you get the stamp from Lamperti, that says so much about you, by the way.
What you just said about Paul Hernandez and Collado, watch out for De Pascual by next year. At this time, he's going to be a top 20 player.
Nasty.
He is
Nasty
nasty lefty with power, can move, has touch, insane abilities. I love what I see from him. And Lamperti, they downed Jairo and Liebeck in a dominant performance to grind out 2 tie breaks against them. Final set tie break, they were clutch. unbelievable level. And then they went on to face Ausberger and Dineno. Lamperti gave Ausberger fits.
Yeah.
Ausberger was having tantrums all match. He could not hang with Lamperti for the most part of the match. They were lucky to squeak out that first tiebreak and then lucky to squeeze out a break in the second set. This could have been a completely different story like the Libak-Cairo match. Lamperti and Di Pasquale, amazing performance. Lamperti, a legend.
46 years old, Ismaeel. 46 years old.
He was smashing. He was smashing and keeping up with
From
Ausberger.
behind the line. He's going toe-to-toe with a guy half his age. At least more than half his age.
Last thing to your point, Ismaeel, about Di Pasquale, by the way, Juan Lebrón hinted, like, he's like, Di Pasquale, by the way, watch him. He is going to be a really good player.
He said that about him?
So that you got the stem from a lobo.
From a goat.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
high praise.
very high praise.
Yeah.
Well,
But guys, one last honorable mention I wanna say here is also just a guy that I wanna give some light, which is Martin Abud, who's playing with Rafael Mendez. And this is a guy that I was watching this tournament. I'm like, this guy is a baller. And I really think that he's going to become a really good player. He's playing Rafael Mendez. They went toe-to-toe a bit with Sens and Paquito. It was a nice, fun match, 6-3, 7-5, 6-2, 7-5. So that was interesting. But watch out for this guy, guys. Watch out for this guy. Martin
Well, if we're
Abud.
doing honorable mentions, how about our boys, the Deus brothers, fighting back from a set down and 5-3 down? The other team was serving for the match. And they hung on, and they won the longest match in Premier Padel history.
Oh my God, that was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah. The reaction in the end was priceless.
That happened this tournament.
They were up 5-3.
No, they were down 5-3 in that second set.
Oh, in the second set? Oh, I thought the final set.
The other team was serving for the match, and they broke. Nuno and Miguel were clutch.
Love when Nuno and Miguel are on center stage, getting the attention they deserve. We love them.
Longest match in Premier Padel history they won.
On the men's side, absolutely spectacular. It did take a toll on them. They had to retire against Coello and Tapia in the next match. But guys, you need to go check out that episode. We had a conversation with them. It was 2 hours of a brilliant conversation. You have to check that out. Please do if you love the game of Padel. But honorable mention here too. You want to go another honorable mention? How about Valenzuela? Him and Mourinho, they took down Sanyo and Tulito. We were just talking about Sanyo Haroon. You said should be he's probably still a top 5 player on the right.
For sure.
Well, guess what? Valenzuela was playing with Paul Hernandez last year, and people say, he's Tapia light and Tapia Junior. He's coming.
Love that kid.
He was able to get himself a big win, take down 15 seeds or something like that. So the week of the youngsters, this one was.
Amazing.
So lots of amazing stories, lots of big winners in Milano. Special week for the up and coming stars of Padel. I love the next gen idea, Ismaeel. I love it. Can we pitch that to someone in Premier Padel? Do you think someone from Premier Padel is watching?
If you're watching and you want to do this, reach out to us. We'll help you put this together.
We'll tell you who to. You probably know, but we can help. Well, guys, those were the biggest winners of the week, but we do have champions still that we have yet to discuss. And the former world number ones, the former queens of the Padel universe, Ari Sanchez and Paula Jose Maria are back on the mountaintop, able to win the Milano P1, taking down Bea Gonzalez and Claudia Fernandez in dominating fashion in straight sets. They continue to dominate Claudia and Bea. Here they are, back on the mountaintop again. They've been chasing this for a while now, since Valladolid. Champions Haroon, your thoughts on Ari and Paula?
Oh, well, I'm really happy because finally they end that 7-tournament drought with now winning a title. 5th tournament this year, 42nd tournament as a pair. Hats off to them. That was a really amazing performance. The same old amazing Paula Jose Maria. She's my favorite player on the women's side. And the new Ari Sanchez was on fire today, guys. She was bringing it. She was winners, and she wasn't doing a lot of errors like she usually does, and she was great. She was crisp today, and they looked like they were really handling Bea Gonzalez and Claudia Fernandez really well. They made them get flustered. They made them make mistakes. They pushed them. They put them in corners. But Ari Sanchez today, she was doing great. And yeah, hats off to Ari Sanchez because I put more responsibility on her or blame for her for sometimes losing the matches with Paula Jose Maria because she wasn't able to hold her own. But today, she deserves a lot of credit because this performance today was amazing from her. So
Ismaeel.
hats off to them.
Ari, you gave her praise last tournament, right? She showed up again, didn't she?
She was amazing. She's a very mentally tough player, by the way. And she believes in herself, and she's confident, and she knows how to bounce back from tough losses, tough matches. And this is the perfect final, the perfect get-right tournament, right? To get Claudia and Bea, who they've dominated all year. They just dominated. They find a way to bring their best selves. It was in some ways not really a surprise to see them play this way, but well deserved. For Ari and Paula, they deserve to be back on the mountaintop this week.
Yeah, but Ari Sanchez, Haroon, you nailed it, by the way, and the stats support your case because Ari was the MVP in terms of stats. 15 winners, 9 unforced stars, 2 assists, by far more than anyone in this match. Claudia Fernandez, this was not her day. She had over 15 unforced stars during this match. Bea Gonzalez had 10. So they clearly were not up to it this match. But, they should be happy in a way because Gemma Triay and Delphi Brea were not able to go back to back to back. The gas, you can't push any further. They pushed to make it all the way to the semifinal. Gemma Triay, wishing her all the best to get healthy again, speedy recovery. The Newgiza P2 coming up, we're going to talk about that. But Ari and Paula, big win for them, and definitely for just this team, to stick together. Happy for them, and this adds to just the nuance that we like to see in paddle. Gemma and Delphi winning again, really, we love them, and you've won too much. Give someone else a piece of the pie. Happy that Ari and Paula got a piece this week. Let's see how the rest of the season goes. If this shifts their momentum, I told you, confidence, and this is going to be a big thing for them moving forward.
Yeah, definitely big thing. Yeah. Well, guys, we're moving into now a very important time of the year. It is crunch time on the Premier Padel Tour, and one of the most fun events on the Premier Padel Tour is happening right now. CIB Newgiza P2 is coming up in Cairo, Egypt, and this is going to be a fun one. And you know what? A lot is on the line.
Yeah.
World number 1 is still in play, guys. And as a result, we have all the top players coming, except the world number 1s who are seeming to take a break here. But Chingotto, Galán, Stupa, Braun, Yanguas Nieto, Ausberger, Dineno, Yousef, everyone. All the players are coming.
Everyone. This is such a big tournament for everyone that's not Coello and Tapia. And actually, after what just happened, it should have been an important one for Coello and Tapia. They're probably regretting this because, Chingotto and Galán are inching closer and closer. But, in a way, before this tournament, I'm like, okay, Coello and Tapia not being there is a good thing. I think everyone else is probably looking at this tournament. Maybe I have a chance. Chingotto and Galán are the heavy favorites. But, oh my God, Dineno and Ausberger, they've beaten Chingotto and Galán before. They're going to be coming into this tournament. They want this. Stupa and Lebron, they want this. Nieto and Yanguas are looking for their first final. Mike Yanguas he was the champion last year. He's going to be coming with good vibes. And, Paquito and San's new team. I think this tournament is going to be very interesting because, in a way, we do not know who is going to be standing there in the last 4 in the semifinals and the final. Chingotto and Galán, we can probably expect them, but everyone else, who knows who's going to make it. I am very excited about this tournament, because of the uncertainty that this is going to have. We have lots of amazing teams, but who is going to make it all the way to the end, I do not know, but I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah, Haroon. Yeah, this is going to be a spicy man. All the top guys, Haroon.
Yeah, it's awesome because in Padel, really, there's no big differentiation between P1, P2 majors. Like, obviously, maybe they focus a little bit more, but these guys, they never, not give it their 100%, not give it their all, not do all the insane shots, not give it, fly to the last second, which is something that you love to see because you want to see a show, and they always put on a show. And also, these conditions are different. So, and Yousef, you missed about Bergamini and Garrido also. They were a finalist last year. So they're going to be coming in, having some good vibes as well because they had success there. They're going to replicate their success, but with different partners, of course. But it's going to be so exciting because what's more amazing place than to play, near the pyramids in Egypt, like such a historic place where Egypt is booming with the paddle scene. So it's going to be awesome, guys.
It's going to be fun. You know, I love the conditions also that we're going to be here. It's the fun outdoor conditions. Yeah. And it's always leaving things up for play. You know, it needs Padel IQ is in play in Newgiza. Well, let me ask you guys, Yousef, what are you most excited about going into the Newgiza?
You know, we have something cooking up with the Egypt Premier Padel Tour.
Here we go.
Tournament, sorry. This is going to be special, hopefully, if we can do what we want to do there. And, you know, I wait for this tournament every single year because I love to watch Padel live. And the TV does not do all these players justice, you know, whether it's like how fast they move, how low they get down, how much they communicate. Like if you're a Padel hardcore fan like us, watching live is something else completely. And that's what we're going to get to see. And I can't wait to see an evolved Ausberger. I can't wait to see for Chingotto and Galán. We've never seen them. They didn't come last year. We're going to get to see them up and close. Stupa, who's a defending champion, he's going to be with Lebron. We're going to get to see that dynamic close up. Maybe we're going to get that Galán-Lebron matchup, that very, very spicy head-to-head. Like, seeing these guys live, you get to, you take up so much knowledge when you just watch them live. I can't wait to soak it all in, and I can't wait to see what we get to do at this tournament. And I can't wait to be there. Just, you know, we're Padel nerds, right? I can't wait to watch every single player, because watching all of them play live, you're like, wow, the level that you guys are able to play at, it's as if you play a completely different sport. And that's what I cannot wait to see.
That's going to be fun as hell. We have so many things prepped in, and hopefully we're going to have a fun one. We're going to prep some cool stuff, and hope you guys let us know what you think about that. But Haroon, what are you most excited about?
Yeah, like Yousef said, like covering there and, you know, being a partner as well with the Newgiza Premier Padel P2 tournament. That's going to be super exciting, getting up and close with the players, getting up and close, seeing them in front of you really closely, getting a chance to pick their brain, these elite legends of the game that we have right now, asking them some questions, and also seeing how they problem solve, because that's I think what I love most to see. What I love to see most is when somebody faces a problem, how do they handle it? And especially because their conditions are different. We're now going outdoors, like you said, Ismaeel. We're not indoors anymore. We were playing a few tournaments indoors, so maybe they got used to the conditions. Now it's outdoors, and also it's going to be a little different weather environment as well that maybe they're not used to. So that's going to be super nice to see. I love to see Bergamini, because Bergamini is one of my favorite players on tour, if not my favorite. And we always go crazy watching him there. So I'm looking forward to seeing Bergamini.
Ismaeel, how are you?
Yeah, I have so many things that I'm looking forward to. Just first of all, this is going to be the third or fourth tournament for most of these new players. So we're going to get the chance to see their latest evolution. You know, there's also a tiny break here if they don't play the FIP Europe Cup. So they're going to get the chance to practice a bit. They're going to come in better, you know. And also, I want to see Ausberger live, him and Dineno. I can't wait to see that. Yeah. I want to see how it's going to play out with the conditions. Something that you hinted about, Yousef, which I always love, is just live you can really see the body language and the connection and the communication. Like, it doesn't show on TV how much and how well, you know, these top guys communicate. Yeah. I can't wait to see Chingalan live. Like, that's going to be something special to see. And, you know, I just think it's going to be fantastic. The outdoor conditions in Newgiza really make you have to think a lot on the court. Like, it really is a different condition of the court. Yeah. So it's a special atmosphere and a special tournament every year. And we get fun winners and finalists every year. Yeah. And so I expect no different. I think we're going to see some nice surprises in Newgiza. Yeah. I think we're going to have a fun time bringing you all the stories that we're going to be covering and showcasing there.
Yeah, and I hope we have people that watch us and people that are fans are part of this community in Egypt. We're going to be there. Yeah, like, if you see us, please come up to us, talk to us. We love to talk paddle, and we're sure this, you know, it's the best. This is where all the paddle community can come together and, you know, watch paddle, enjoy paddle, and share something that we love. And we're fans, and obviously everyone going there is going to be a fan. That's something we share, and I can't wait to share it all together as a paddle community. It really is a special time of the year for paddle fans.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure. But guys, something I want to mention as well, which these are the home crowd favorites, Yousef Hossam and George Wakim. Like, these guys are going to be representing Egypt, if not others as well. And these guys also, remember they had some nice results last year where it showed some fight against Alex Ruiz and Alex Arroyo as well, where they showed some nice fight there. And that's going to be super exciting for me to see because I'm a really big fan of these guys.
You know, we talked to the Deus brothers and they said they played against Yousef Hossam.
Yeah,
and like,
they talked about Yousef
by the way,
also in tennis, not only paddle with tennis as well, that he was a baller.
Yeah, so he has the potential. They said he has the potential to become a really good player. So let's see how he's evolved since last year. It's going to be fun to see. And can't wait. Cannot wait, guys.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so fun. Yousef, early thoughts on the semifinals, finals that we might expect or what we might see?
It depends on the paths we have, but I'm expecting Chingotto, Galán, Stupa, Lebron, Ausberger, Dineno, and then that fourth team, Coquinieto, Mike Yanguas. I'm looking maybe a John Sanz, Paquito Navarro in there, maybe. You know, some other teams, Momo and Fran also. Fran, when he came last year, he was spectacular. Oh my God, it's tough. That's why I actually love it. It's kind of uncertain in a way. And Ausberger, his smashes are not going to be able to bail him this tournament. Remember when we were talking to Lucas Bergamini last year after he played one of his matches, he's like, it's so hard. And he was playing with Garrido. He's saying it's so hard to win points here. You cannot be bailed out with the smash. So let's see if Ausberger, Dineno are going to be able to show us an elite level in these conditions. Paquito, John Sanz, watch out for them.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Haroon, any early thoughts on the potential matchups we might see there?
Yeah, again, building on the point about Bergamini, I think Bergamini is somebody that has experience there. An intelligent, smart, right-sided player is something you need in these conditions. And I think I look closely at these. Also, obviously, Chingalan is going to be great. You're going to see Stupa and Lebron because Lebron is an absolute genius. And Bergamini, I see these types of matchups are something I'm excited to see because that's where you see, again, the intelligence and the adjustments and the communication on court. And that's, I imagine that you're definitely going to see not just an athletic team, but a smart team for sure.
How about you, Ismaeel? Semi-final. What do you think?
Well, I think, on paper, we should get Lebron versus Galán in the final. But, every year we see surprises in Newgiza.
Yeah.
Every year. And... Galán and Lebron themselves didn't lift this trophy two years ago when they were here.
3 years ago now.
3 years ago.
Or Coello and Bella.
Yeah.
It was Stupa and Pablo Lima.
Yeah, and so Stupa,
he
really loves playing here.
LeBron Galán as well. It's Pablo Lima and Stupa beat LeBron Galán in the final.
Yeah, so that's it. It's not clear who's going to be. I think we're going to see some surprises. My eyes are out for Guerrero and Momo. Yousef, as you mentioned, I think that's a sneaky team. It's hard to doubt Bergamini. Former semi-finalist. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. It's really hard to predict this tournament, actually. I think it's going to be the most competitive tournament of the year. Yeah. And we're going to see the most fun matches of the year. I think we're about to see.
I think we are going to see lots of gladiator battles.
Yeah, a lot.
Because it's going to require you to suffer to win this tournament.
Yeah, and it's going to require lots of mental toughness along the way. But I can't wait. We're going to have fun. We're going to be there. We're partnering hopefully with Egypt Premier Padel there. And if you're going to be there, let us know. Come talk to us. We're going to have some fun stuff also prepared. And we can't wait for this event. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be special. Okay, guys, time for my favorite segment of every episode, and that is Overreaction or Not. I'm going to tell you guys something based on what happened last week, and you let me know. Do you think it's an overreaction or do you think it's not? First up, Ismaeel, let me come to you. I love this one that's coming your way. Alejandro Galán is clearly the best left side player in the world. Overreaction or not?
He was my former favorite player ever. It's, to be the best left side player, you have to be someone who's consistent, tournament in, tournament out. You have to be able to finish points, be able to get winners, little unforced errors. You have to be a great teammate, great partner. And I think it's fair to say he carries more of the load in his partnership with Chingotto than Tapia does in his partnership with Coello. And outside of them, They're 1A and 1B depending on the tournament. But for the most part, you have to say it's Tapia.
Come on, Smile, give me something.
But right now,
overreaction or not?
Based off on the past 4 tournaments since the break, no, this is not an overreaction. Ali Galán right now
is clearly
is the best left-sided player in the world.
Haroon, overreaction or not? Smile says it's not an overreaction.
No, this is an overreaction because let me highlight clearly, it's a 50-50 coin toss because Tapia and Coello, they play a different style. So Tapia doesn't always come in the spotlight. Coello is the one that wants to take charge and he's on the front lines. But Galán is the one that sometimes also has to go on the front lines to showcase his talent in himself. So I think that's maybe distorts the decision there, but it's not a clear thing that he's the best left-sided player in the world right now. It's a 50-50 coin toss, so this is an overreaction for me with Tapia.
It's tough, Yousef.
Guys, Galantico, oh my God. Like, when I watch this man play, I'm just glued to the screen. And most of the time, he is playing at Galantico level, like alien. Tapia, I told you guys before, he has ups and he has downs. And Galán, I feel like he shows that high level, I would say 85% of the time. Tapia, his peaks, I don't even know if his peak is higher than Galán's peak. So actually, I'm going to say this is not an overreaction. And at the moment, Alejandro Galán, add the physicality, add the shot making, add the mental composure, add also just the stability at a high level. So those, I think, overall, Alejandro Galán is higher. So I'm going to say this is not an overreaction, guys. Galantico is number 1 on the left side.
Man, it's a coin toss. It's a coin toss.
Then how about this one, Haroon? Yeah. After what we saw in this Milano P1, the year-end world number 1 is going to come down to the Barcelona finals. Overreaction or not?
Ooh, that's a tough one. We still have, by the way, a few tournaments ahead. Like, we still have Newgiza, Dubai, Mexico, and then the Barcelona finals. So we
FIP World Cup pairs.
Yeah, like we still have a lot of tournaments up ahead. So I think, no, it's not going to come down to Barcelona. As much as I would like to, I do not think it's going to come down to the Barcelona finals. I think it's going to be decided beforehand.
Ismaeel, you agree?
No, I think it's in play. This is not an overreaction. I actually do believe it's in play right now because, Galán and Chingotto are going to go through a push here. They're going to Lyon, then they're going to Newgiza. They might, the gap is about 2,000 points right now plus.
No, it's going to decrease after Milano.
Yeah, after Milano. So it's going to be, it might be down to 1,000 in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks' time. And then we have Dubai. And then
we have World Cup pairs. You have Dubai P1, and then you have the Mexico
and then you have
major.
the major. So 2,000 points on. So it might come down. No, I think this is not an overreaction. I think we're going down to the wire here, Yousef.
Yeah, no, I don't think this is an overreaction either. The fact that they're probably gonna pick up 900 points in the next 3 weeks. Coello and Tapia are gonna pick up 0. Coello and Tapia, they're banking on the fact that they're gonna go into the FIP World Cup pairs, and then to the end of the season probably dominate. But right now you have Chingalan on your heels, very dangerous. Barcelona finals is where I think it's gonna come down to.
Well, we don't need to say more because Chingotto and Galán themselves, they believe they're going to compete for world number 1. They're going to Lyon, and then they're going to Newgiza, and they're going because they want to accumulate points because they think it's in play.
Jorge Martinez, he said, we're coming for world number 1. That's what we want to do by the end of the season.
And they play with that confidence right now.
Oh boy, do they. So my third one coming your way. Chingalan have officially cracked the Coello and Tapia code. Overreaction or not?
This is not an overreaction. And I've been, talking about how this has been a one-sided rivalry for most of the year. Yeah. And right now, if I look at the last 3 matches, guys, they're 2-1. Yeah. And so they've figured out something. Okay. And that's something that might just be that Chingotto just knows how to figure out how to bother Coello now. Yeah. And they are finding a way to put him out of sorts. And they are getting unforced errors from his side. They're winning that matchup that used to really cost him. That matchup between Coello and Chingotto. Yeah. And if this trend continues, then they might be in trouble, Coello and Tapia. But right now, they've definitely cracked the code. Yeah.
Haroon, overreaction or not?
Yeah, it's depends on what you mean. Crack the code. Like, okay, now they found out a way to beat them, or now it's going to become complete domination and they have them in the palm of their hand. So if it's about that they found a solution, they found something that works, and now they could use it to beat them, okay, I think that this is not an overreaction. I think they're going to be able now to use that same recipe to beat them again. However, I don't think it's going to be, they still have a lot of things up their sleeve, Coello and Tapia. So it's going to be interesting what's coming forward.
Is it overreaction or not?
It's not an overreaction, I would say.
Forgot to answer the question. No, this is not an overreaction because they're 2-1 in the last 3 matches, like you said, Ismaeel. But also, I think the way they're playing them right now, they just bagged them. They just bagged them. So if that's not cracking the code, I don't know what is. And as I said, I'm going to continue to say it's all about confidence. They have confidence. They saw how they can beat them. They were able to beat them through Coello. And now it's time for Coello and Tapia to respond. And let's see how they respond. But at the moment, Chingotto and Galán, they have their number. So yes, I think they have cracked the code. This is not an overreaction, guys.
Well, when you bagel Coello and Tapia in a final set, that must mean something.
You would think. Yeah, I agree. Well, Haroon, last one coming your way. Federico Chingotto is the most underrated player on tour. Overreaction or not?
No, this is an overreaction. Come on, this is an amazing player. He's getting like...
No one said he's not an amazing player. I said, is he the most underrated player?
No, he's not the most underrated player because I think that he's proven time and time again, and I think it'll slowly, he's been showing and proving to everybody, and people are starting to understand how amazing a player he is, and they're starting to give him more and more credit. And he's been doing that all year. So I think he's not underrated. I think he's properly rated because, he's been proving it, and people have shut their mouth about Federico Chingotto for quite some time now. So this is an overreaction. Amazing player.
Ismaeel, do you agree? Overreaction or not?
Chingotto is one of the most loved players. Chingalan, they seem to have the crowd everywhere they go now.
Yes. They're the people's champion.
Yeah,
and now they're the tour's champion.
If you're the people's champion, I don't think you could be underrated. That means that people love you. You're pretty rated. No, I don't think he's the most underrated player on tour. So I'm going to call overreaction on this one. He's just too proven. He's too good to be underrated anymore. Some people are underrated. Maybe Dineno, maybe Fran Guerrero. Maybe some players like that. But no, Chingotto is not one of the underrated players right now.
I think this is not an overreaction. I think Federico Chingotto does not get enough love, because sometimes people only look at the highlights. They only look at the big shots, and they don't see someone who can hit 1,000 bandejas an entire tournament and maybe miss like 5. And they don't see the perfect lobs, and they don't see the blocks, and they don't see the amazing chiquitas and the defense and the assisting Galán in his smashes and in his winners. And that's what Federico Chingotto does. And you have to read between the lines to be able to appreciate someone like Federico Chingotto. He might not be in a highlight reel in lots of matches, but he is suffocating the opponents. And even though he gets credit, I do believe he's underrated. I think he's one of the best players we have ever seen. And at his height, to be doing what he's doing at that height is spectacular, and it's not spoken of enough. And I think he's a superstar that even though he is getting love and people see him as an amazing player, I think he's even a better player than what people are giving him love for.
Maybe. I just don't see how you can be a superstar and still be underrated. He's superstar status officially.
I don't think people see him and like if they lose and Galán needs to find someone like Chingotto. I'm disgusted with myself because I was sometimes spewing those words like he needs more smashing.
Well, he did start smashing more.
But yeah, he did start smashing. But that's not only what he does. He does so many other things. His bajada is lethal. He has, by the way, if you go and you look, whenever he's going for a bajada, Tapia and Coello, their feet are not stopping from moving because they don't know where to stand. And his volleys are spectacular. I'm gonna stop here because I can continue on and giving him praise, but I just feel like he is a bit underrated in my sense. And if anyone out there doesn't see him the way you guys see him, but you guys have been watching so much paddle, I would say you guys are very, very knowledgeable in paddle, so you give him the respect he deserves. But out there, maybe in paddle fandom, he's not getting the love he deserves and the respect he deserves. And I'm gonna sing his praises so people do.
Well, fair enough. Let us know what you think. Do you think Chingo is underrated or not? We love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and we read them all.
Always.
And we like to keep it here transparent and 100 with you on this show every single week. So let's get into where we were right and where we were wrong. Let's start off with where we were wrong. Haroon, you had Coello and Tapia winning this tournament. I had Ausberger and Dini. We were both wrong on that one. And on the women's side, me and you had Gemma and Delphi. Haroon, Yousef, you had Bay and Claudia.
Yeah.
And we all came up short in that one.
Yeah. TSH Jimmy had Ari and Paula as champions.
Yeah, so credit to TSH Jimmy for doing that.
Yep.
On where we were right,
Yes.
Yousef,
Yes.
you're the only one that was right. You had Chingalan.
Yes.
So congrats on that.
I was the only believer on this team, on this podcast, in this studio. And I was proven right. Thank you, Chingotto. Thank you, Galán. Because I am the happiest paddle fan tonight because of what you guys were able to accomplish. In spectacular fashion.
I can't say anything.
Yeah. What a week of paddle we had, Ismaeel. Haroon, this was a spectacular week of paddle, really. Like, I love this tournament.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think you love it more because Chingalan won, though. But, if Chingalan didn't hold that 5-1 in that first set, I don't think you'd be this happy.
I guess. I was kind of depressed for half an hour.
Yeah, it was a depressing first set. But thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God it changed. And let us know what you think about our takes, about our picks. Drop it in the comments. We read every single one. And, go check out our latest interview with the Deus brothers. So many amazing insights about how they transitioned from coaching to the top levels of the game, of what it takes to become a top paddle player. You're going to gain so many paddle IQ points just by watching that. And if you enjoy that, go check out our other interview with Coach David Howe, coach of the Swedish national team in paddle. Also an amazing paddle mind, and talks about how to face the tough difficulties of growing as a paddle player and what's like facing the top guys like Chingotto and Galán and Coello Tapia. So much fun in that conversation. You're going to love it. I know you will, so check it out and subscribe so you can get all your paddle stories here every week. And we'll see you next time.
Vamos, vamos, vamos!